What's up, fellow LEGO fans? DJ Legos here, and today I'm taking an unsponsored and honest look at the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for the 2023 holiday season. It is set number 75366. It's recommended for building ages 6 and up. Comes with 320 pieces, and I paid its standard retail price of $45 here in the United States. But without further ado, let's start deconstructing the set and seeing how it stacks up. So as usual, we're going to deviate from the normal style of my videos for the advent calendars here. So we're going to take a look at the box, since it is pretty much integral to the set here. Front of the box here, you have the LEGO Star Wars logo, you have the set specs, you have a little Christmas bow on a present, as well as a little gift tag letting you know that 24 days of builds and gifts are in store for us. Front of the box has a really nice picture of a snowy scene on Endor. Considering this is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, as well as the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars, it looks like we got a lot of different builds teased here for Return of the Jedi, as well as some Clone Wars stuff down there in the corner with the Clone Trooper. Also looks like we have got some generic Christmas stuff, as well as some of the newer Disney Star Wars stuff. We got the Mandalorian's newer ship here. We got Omega in the corner as well. All looks really fun. Top of the box, we just have that same style kind of showing through of the parts greebling, and we have one of the exclusive holiday figures for this advent calendar, Emperor Palpatine, showing off there. And then back of the box, we just have a little tease of how advent calendars generally work. Pull down the flap here, you can open up the various days, get a little build here. So we have some more of those builds here shown off. But what we do is there are a couple pieces of tape here holding the back flap in place so they don't get tampered with on the store shelves. But folding this down, we have a nice little backdrop where all the calendar days are, and they are not in order per usual, so you just have to go through and find each day. Really like that image shot of the different figures there, kind of in front of Palpatine on his throne, enjoying warm fire. Looking down at the little play mat that they give you, it's fairly basic and generic. It's kind of a little disappointing, to be honest. You do have one of the trees decked out with ornaments here in the corner, but this is kind of lame for a playmat, but it does get that wintry Christmas feel across. So what we do is again go through each day. Let's find number one here. You just pop open the tab here and pull it back. It looks like day number one we get Omega straight out of the gate here. So let me build that, and of course I am going to go through this entire advent calendar, so I will go through it day by day. Okay, so for day one we have a minifigure of Omega. This is not new. She is reused from that atrociously priced Justifier set. It's the exact same minifigure, but if you haven't seen it, she does come with the newer style of Harry Potter hair there in a tan color, so that's very nice. She does use the updated skin tone that they're using for all the clones. Really nice face print, capturing the likeness of the character even though it's animated. Really nice torso print as well, and you even get a side arm printing for the character. She does come with short legs. She is a child in universe, and then flipping her around, she does come with an alternate expression that's more angry, and then she has some really nice back torso printing as well. But interestingly enough, you actually get a build for her to go with her for day one. You get this cute, nice, simple little sled. It's made up of a handful of pieces, but I really do like how they use the macaroni tiles to get the curve of the end of the sled, but she does fit on it pretty nicely. Day number 2 does bring us a mini model of that overpriced justifier. It is a substantial little mini build here. Nice little techniques and all that. Really have to pay attention to the one page instruction there. Just a little bit more involved, but they do capture one of the features of the ship in this small form. You can put the tail down for landing mode, even though that quite doesn't work here, considering how little the ship is, but it does look really nice regardless. We seem to be getting the Disney stuff, era Star Wars stuff early, as day number 3 brings us Mandalorian's new N1 modified starship here. The build is pretty effective. You can tell what it is just at this small scale. I really like the build techniques. The smatterings of color here are also pretty nice. I do like how they made the cockpit, all that. So yeah, overall pretty effective and a pretty nice build. Day 4 looks like it begins our prequel stuff with a pit droid, kind of Christmassy, with dressed up like Santa. It's a build that they've used before in these advent calendars. Nothing really new added here. He does come with a sack piece there, just to overall complete the whole Santa vibe. Day number 5 brings us a clone turbo tank. This is a pretty cute, simple build, but I really like the effectiveness of how they use the stamp pieces to create the multiple wheels that are on the tank. Nice representation of the back gun there. Overall pretty nice. Day number 6 brings us a 212th clone trooper. This is the exact same one that was featured in the ATTE that came out last year. For an accessory, it comes with a long Star Wars rifle there with the black candlestick piece on the end of it, just to elongate the barrel a little bit. Talking about the actual figure, leg print is really nice. Really like the details. Really like the details on the torso. Reflects the armor that we see in the films and cartoons pretty well. Taking a look at the helmet, this is where most of the issue lies for me. I agree with the common consensus of the community, where the clone troopers helmets are kind of badly printed, especially these ones. That arrow up at the top of the fin is supposed to be a lot further back, and you can really see that because in all the renderings for this calendar and the promotional materials, that helmet is printed correctly there. So that is not okay. That is false advertising to me, and that kind of ruins the figure. But taking that helmet off, we can see he's got that same updated clone head that we got back in 2020. It does look really nice. Does have that likeness to Tamara Morrison. Flipping him around to the back, no alternate head for these clone troopers. And there is the back torso printing, and it also looks really nice. Day number 7 brings us a little command post referencing that figure pack that came out last year. It's pretty small and pretty effective for what it is. I really like how they use one of those Speed Champions fender pieces to create the little front part of the command post. I also like how they did the antenna with having that mix-up ball joint facing backwards for the satellite. You do get the standard feature of this thing of being able to fold up the sides of the command center. And also another cool feature is you can actually fit a clone the clone trooper behind it and pretend that he is commanding battle stuff. That they included one. If you haven't seen a battle droid in the 25 years Lego Star Wars has been around, it's pretty unchanged. They do have the updated arm that got introduced like a decade ago to hold that blaster. That blaster is very nice. It does come in that dark gunmetal gray color, so that is pretty neat, but again, pretty standard battle droid that we've been seeing for a couple decades now. Day number 9 brings us a stab speeder for the battle droid, and this build is also pretty well done for the scale and the amount of pieces used. Does utilize some nice techniques, nice part usage, everything like that. I do like the display base that they give as well. And the best part, much like the command center, you can actually utilize the battle droid with this. You can actually clip the battle droid on if you will cooperate with me. Yep, you can clip them on, have the battle droid ride it, and that's really effective. That's a really good build. Day number 10 brings us a Hellfire droid, and the build for this is pretty well done as well. I'm really impressed here of how they utilize the round plates with the hole in the center to create the wheel shape, but even more impressive is utilizing the 1x1s with the clip on the side backwards just to create the little missile launch pods. That is really effective, and again, I'm just so impressed at how well they captured this iconic vehicle from the Clone Wars in a small scale. That is like really impressive. Day number 11 brings us a Separatist AAT. This, while effective and looks what it is, I do think it is the weakest of the ones that we've seen so far. Some of the build techniques to capture the front shape and curvature of the AAT up front here doesn't look the best. The turret actually looks really fine. It looks really good. And then going around to the back, you do utilize that old camera piece for the base of this, so you do have that little bit sticking out. It could look like an engine detail, but overall, again, it's effective, but it could have been better in my opinion. Day number 12 brings us something that has become a staple of the past few Star Wars advent calendars. It is a festive gonk droid. 2023's brings us one dressed up like a reindeer, so it's all pretty effective. Nice coloration. I do like the part usage to create the antlers, the little nose. It's all very cute. It does have this bar piece that's meant to be a tail, but what the front box shows is you're supposed to take Omega's sled here from day 1. It does take some finagling, but yeah, you can get the sled on there, and it does look pretty cute and pretty festive to have a reindeer pulled sleigh. Day number 13 brings us the Imperial Shuttle. So it seems like we're starting into the Return of the Jedi stuff. For a build that's been represented in previous advent calendars, this one is pretty nice. It does utilize a lot of big pieces just to get the big fin there. It does utilize some nice techniques, a lot more smaller refined shapes just due to newer parts being available that weren't for previous advent calendars. You do still have that feature where you can fold and unfold the wings. The front of the ship is held in by a clip, and it does have a nice little underplate there just to hold it in place at that proper angle. But overall, Again, it's another pretty effective mini build. Number 14 brings us Princess Leia in her Endor infiltration outfit. This figure was included earlier in the year in that speeder diorama, but this one is exclusive by variation, and the only thing that separates it is we do not get the Endor helmet that figure comes with. We instead get the standard braided Princess Leia hair for her Return of the Jedi appearances. Getting into her accessory, she does come with a small Star Wars pistol, and she does come with Lego's standard cookie print, just to represent the piece of cracker or bread or whatever that she gives Wicket to befriend him. But getting the actual figure, nice torso print, nice leg print as well. It's not dual molded, but again, this is really nicely detailed, considering it came in diorama sets. The head is also not new. It's the same Princess Leia head that got introduced in 2019. For our new Princess Leia, it does resemble Carrie Fisher pretty well. Turning her around to the back, she has some nice back torso printing for all that camo detail, and flipping her hairpiece around so you can see her alternate head, which is pretty angry. Day number 15 brings us the Ewok Village in micro form. This is something that we've gotten in a previous advent calendar as well. However, how it's built in this one, I think, is really nicely done. It is pretty effective. It's kind of hard to figure out how to build based off of the picture a little bit, but overall, I think it's pretty effective. I think that how they did the treetops looks really well done, and it does generally get the look of the thing down, which is really what you want. Day number 16 gives us a pretty small but pretty nicely built version of the Endor bunker, the shield bunker on Endor. It's pretty effective. I do like the use of the cheese grills here, the sloped ones, just to represent the sides of the bunker. It's all pretty effective. It's really nicely done. Day number 17 gives us an ATST. Pretty much, it looks the part, but I think they've done it a little bit better in previous advent calendars. The Hoth one last year was really good. It's just the shaping for the front here, they definitely get the window across there, but I don't think the turret kind of works. Again, could have been better. Day number 18, we get a Endor speeder. The back half is fine. Pretty much all this I really like. It really looks like the speeder scaled down. Where it falls apart for me is the front, where you have the front part of the speeder. This is way too long, and it's missing like the little clips of the front design of the speeder. So again, great back. The front is a bit of a miss for me. Day number 19 brings us the shield generator radar dish that provided the shield for the second Death Star. I really like this build a lot for how simple it is. I really like the design they came up with for the mini scale pine trees. That is actually pretty effective. And then how the radar dish, it's pretty simple, uses techniques they've used before, but again, it does get the job across. Long has he waited. Day number 20 gives us the advertised Emperor Palpatine in a Christmas sweater. Talking about the accessories for this fig real quick, he does come with the standard Force Lightning piece in the standard colors we see with Palpatine, and he does come with a red coffee cup, probably has some hot cocoa or something in it. Talking about the actual figure, he does utilize that newer style of hood piece. that was introduced back in 2019. He does have a newer face too, which was featured in the Death Star Final Duel diorama from earlier in the year. So that's pretty nice to get that here. I really like this newer face. It's definitely more Lego than previous versions, and it does look really, really nice. You do have all the wrinkles there as well, and just generally looks a lot more Lego-like than the previous versions. And I really like the fact that his eyes are just pure yellow instead of kind of having the pupil there. Talking about the actual torso though, that's the really new thing about an exclusive part of this figure. It is very similar to the one that Darth Vader had in the I believe it was the 2020 Advent calendar. The difference is here being it has a little bit of a different design to the white of the embroidery there, and instead of TIE fighters and a full Death Star, Palpatine here has some lightning pieces, probably for his force lightning in there, and then the Death Star is the second one, so it's a little incomplete. Other thing to note, it doesn't appear this way on my camera, but the white of the torso, kind of not there. It's not that great. Quality control, Leo, where's that? Leg printing is also semi-new. It's from that Palpatine figure that the same set that Head comes in. Flipping this around to the back, you can see he has some nice back torso printing of that holiday sweater, and then he has his more evil force blasting face, and that is what that looks like highlighted by the hood there. Day number 21 brings us Emperor Palpatine's throne. It's a pretty simple, straightforward build. It does get the job across. It's a little back heavy if I'm being totally fair here. Yeah, it's a lot back heavy just due to the design of the thing, but it does have two studs, so you can fit Palpatine in here no problem and have him be on his throne. Day number 22, we get a Star Destroyer. It's pretty simple, it's pretty effective, not much more to say either. Day number 23 brings us a glider for the Ewoks. So I guess that means Christmas Eve is going to give us that Christmas Ewok. But talking about the actual build here, it's very simple. It does take use of that newer 1x1 with the two-sided hinges on it, just to create that shape. Handlebars, all that jazz. It's articulatable with the wings, but yeah, pretty straightforward. So for day 24, Christmas Eve, we get the Christmas version of an Ewok, and that's what it's known as. It doesn't have an actual name, so it does utilize the same mold that Wicket and all the other generic Ewoks use here. It's just molded with white fur and gray hands. There's no printing underneath that torso as always. It's just a sandwich piece that fits over the standard minifigure head and body. You have some nice printing to the actual face, the flesh of the nose and the mouth and the eyes, all printed really nicely. And then it does come with a green head wrap there, printed with some Christmas decals here with the red tree and the snowflakes all around it. Looks pretty nice. There's no printing on the back whatsoever, but you do get that classic molding shape. Looking at the extra pieces, this is what you can expect for this set. It's that normal standard assortment of studs, tiles, 1x1s, lightsaber hilts, all that jazz. Pretty much what you see is what you get. So talking about the little instructions on the actual advent calendar, because of the nature of advent calendars, they kind of had to put all of the steps onto one single card, which is, I admit, a little bit hard to do for a designer to get all that across in one little picture, but a couple of them are kind of hard to put together. You actually had to be paying attention to how it's built, and that was pretty much the Justifier, the Ewok Village, the Stap. Those three in particular were kind of hard, that you had to actually be really paying attention to, looking at like the real details of those instructions. So at the end of the day, the good about this calendar is a lot of the builds surprised me and were really well done. We got a nice assortment of prequel stuff for the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars, and then most of the calendar does have a lot of stuff for Return of the Jedi, because it is the 40th anniversary of that film. But we also do get a smattering of the Disney era, Mandalorian and Bad Batch stuff. You do get some nice figures included here. You do get the two exclusive holiday characters. You get Princess Leia from that $70 set. She doesn't have her helmet, but she is nice included. Omega is a really nice inclusion here, considering the set she comes in is outrageously overpriced. You do get a standard battle droid, that's fine. And then the Clone Trooper is a good inclusion as well, again from an expensive set last year, but the downside to him is the print quality on the helmet there, as well as the print quality on Palpatine's torso. That's also a really bad thing. I think overall this calendar is really good. Is it worth that $45 price point that all these licensed advent calendars are at this year? I think it came close to being worth it. It came closer than certainly the Marvel calendar did. This actually feels like you get what you pay for. I would have liked to have seen this a bit cheaper, and at the time of recording, all the retailers are putting these on like massive sales. So I highly recommend picking this up. This set does get a 7 out of 10 from me. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. Do you like this calendar? Do you not? Do you think that they did a good job for this year? As always, ring that bell, subscribe, all that jazz, smash the like button. Really helps out the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stack on.